Welcome back to another episode of Learning Everyday TV, and today it's more of a screenshot or a screencast, you could call it. It's not going to be me talking to you, but I'm going to be showing you a little trick that I learned recently on Twitter that I want to share with you because I think it has massive benefits for you when it comes to using Twitter and using something like Hootsuite, so you can tap in to the valuable conversations that are taking place on Twitter for you and your business. A lot of people don't have time to spend on social media, and using something like Hootsuite and lists, Twitter lists specifically, can help you to cut through all the irrelevant content that's on Twitter and help you to sort of establish your place on Twitter. I truly believe that every business has there is a space there on Twitter for every business, and it's important that when you're going to use something like any social media channel, in fact any marketing at all, you have to know why you're doing it. So why would you be using Twitter? And there's a couple of different things you might want to do there. You might be looking for customers on Twitter, or you could be using it to establish yourself in the business community, or both. One of the key aspects that most businesses miss is engagement. They're too busy sort of tweeting about themselves or broadcasting the products, services, and things like that, and they're not engaging. Engagement is the sort of the key word when it comes to Twitter. It is a truly social platform, and it's about engaging and about having conversations with people and about adding value. And Twitter is an amazing way to do that. It's a really, really good way to build up very quickly a little bit of social equity, especially for people that write blogs and write and share content. If no one happens to be reading your content, or your numbers or your traffic to your blog is quite low, using Twitter is one way to certainly get people more involved and more engaged in your content. But you have to give before you get. The concept here is that you're going to build up a foundation, or an audience, you could say, a small army that are going to read your content when you share it, only because you actually engage with them. And then when you're engaging with them and you ask them to read something, they're going to turn around and read it, because they actually care what you've got to say. So there's three types of tweet that you'll see out there, three main types of tweet. You get the broadcasting tweet, which is you sharing everything about you. So you've got, like, Colin McKean here's got a few. You can see he's tweeting about things that he's doing, stuff to do with his business. You've got the retweet, which you see a lot of people retweeting things. So that's you sending someone else's message out to your audience on Twitter. And then you've got the sort of reply and engagement type ones as well. So you see them on Twitter as well. That's when you're actually replying to people, having a conversation with people. And they've got to get the balance between those three. So it's not a case of doing one or the other, it's getting the balance between the three. Very, very important. And I think it's good to look at the 80-20 rule there. So 80% of the time you want to be engaging with people, so sort of retweeting and replying, and 20% of the time should be the broadcasting type of tweet. But, you know, keeping that as low as you can. So engaging with people is absolutely critical. So let's look at this hack. And I think it's pretty awesome. It's really got me excited about using Twitter again. I was already enjoying Twitter, but this has really got me sort of really excited about how I can take it to the next level. So this is the Hootsuite dashboard that you're looking at the moment, and I've just got 6 streams here looking at, right? So this is specific. Not one of these streams is the home feed on Twitter, okay? Because I'm following about 2,000 people at the moment, and I don't want to see everything that's coming through. I only want to see specific stuff. So what I've got is my mentions. Anyone that mentions me on Twitter, that's really important because I want to be able to quickly see that. I've also got a list here from my one of the networking groups I'm a part of, so I can see any tweets from any of those members, which is really good. So I'm engaging with the other members in that group. I've also got here a list called clients and prospects. Anyone that I am working with, anyone that I want to work with as well in this list. Okay, and you can see a lot of retweets from people I'm working with. Now that's brilliant. It means that it's in sort of like 30 seconds I can open up Hootsuite and I can see any of my clients or anyone that I'm working with or want to work with that's tweeting, and I can engage with them right away, and that keeps me in the loop. It keeps me in front of them as well. I've got another list here called influencers, and these are people that are using Twitter a lot. Perhaps they've got relevancy there as well. They're tweeting a lot about the same things that I'm tweeting about, or they tweet some really good content. So I'm using this list here to actively add people to this list that I feel that I want to keep in touch with, that I want to have conversations with, and perhaps grow that relationship. So again, within 30 seconds, I'm tapping straight into the most recent tweets, and I can pick out people that I want to communicate with immediately without having to go through the home feed. That's the important point there. This list here is just Fife-based businesses, so I just keep adding to this all the time for people that operate in Fife. So again, it keeps me active in the Fife network, which is really important for me and my business. It's a localised business at the moment. So that's the hack. It's very simple, very straightforward, but it allows you very quickly to tap into the right people on Twitter. So it saves you having to go through your home feed, but you've got it right there in front of you. It makes it really, really easy for you. So all you're doing there, and just as a quick summary, is that you want to use Hootsuite, and if you're not using Hootsuite already, download it and start using it for free. There's a link on my blog. You want to be setting up some lists and adding to them, adding people to them proactively, which is dead easy to do. I can do that in another video, and if you've got any questions, don't hesitate to ask. It's very simple to do. You want to add people to those lists, and then you want to start using Hootsuite to engage with people. So much more engagement, and you want to be understanding why you're doing that. And one of the big reasons that you will want to do that is because you want to build up an audience of people that actually care about what you have to say. But the only way to ever do that is to start engaging with people and build that relationship online, build up some social equity, and then you can cash that in when you're sending out your content. It'll drive traffic to your website, to your blog. They'll comment on your blog. So go have a little shot of that and see how you get on. And if you've got any comments, questions, thoughts, concerns, fire me an email or stick a comment on the blog. Thanks a lot.